Hello everyone, my name is Rashida Chantima Ziblila. I'm a field research assistant for the Upgrade Plus project, Work Package 16 in Ghana. I'm doing this presentation on behalf of my colleagues and my supervisors. The topic is Rural Women's Income Diversification through Underutilized Species, Processing and Marketing of the African Locust Bean in Northern Ghana. World over, we are all aware of the challenges of climate change, food security, and environmental depletion. These are great challenges to our very livelihoods. For more vulnerable social groups, particularly rural women, they have to face the effects of this much more than other social groups. This is because their very livelihood depends on the environment and on agriculture, more especially for the context in which this study was conducted in the northern region of Ghana. Traditionally, among the Dagomba ethnic group, women do not own economic resources. They only have use rights and not ownership rights. And this limits them because they do not enjoy the full benefits that these resources can offer them. So the challenges of food security and climate change affects them more. Research has proven that agrobiodiversity can be leveraged to address some of these challenges, especially using underutilized species, where in the northern region, the harvesting of underutilized species, underutilized plant species is mainly a female domain. What does it do? It provides an important opportunity of increasing their livelihood options and also improving their dietary micro content for more vulnerable social groups. These underutilized species may be plant or animal, but they are those that are not yet fully exploited to contribute to food security and poverty alleviation. Rural women play very critical roles in rural economies. They have a triple role to play. They play the productive, the reproductive, and the community management role, which is very important and critical to the survival of the rural economy. And so when there are strategies such as the use of underutilized species, processing them into sustainable businesses, they should be encouraged. However, we should be mindful of strengthening them to be placed well on the value chain such that they gain the full benefits of the business. That is introducing innovation in processing, packaging, and marketing. The main objective of the study is to analyze how gender shapes the options available for women to access, process, and market underutilized species, Dawa Pachyia globosa in Ghana. So these are the specific objectives we want to achieve. The study was guided since 2018 by a collaborative learning process. It's divided into 4 phases. The first phase is to establish a collaboration with rural women. We don't see ourselves as intellectuals. We don't see ourselves as the, the authority. We don't see ourselves as the know-it-all. We get down to the roots, that is the women groups. Then together we have a common goal, which is to process underutilized species into a business. So we are collaborating. We are not making it look as if we have packaged the intervention or we've packaged the whole message coming to dump it on them. That is not the case. The second phase is to have a dialogue. And in the dialogue phase, for example, the selection criteria for underutilized species, all of this is decided on by the women, aided by the researchers. So we have a criteria for selection. What is it? They have to come out with why they want to select a particular underutilized species into a sustainable business. We have a discovery phase. And at the discovery phase, We go through a whole lot of interaction with stakeholders, having a group meetings, getting to know the internal group structure, having to share amongst ourselves responsibility so that everybody will feel a part of the group, so that we own the group. Knowledge application. And here is where we now put into practice what all that we had learned. At that point in time, Restrepo shows that the team has reached what maturity. And at that point in time, we have already, even though we are not saying we are not open to learn here or to mistakes here, even though we have tried to correct all that before beginning the business. But in this stage, uh, we minimize the level of errors, because as much as possible, we have tried to address them, doing a SWOT analysis, doing an action plan, pairwise ranking, all of that, so that it builds our capacity to this point. And when we get here, as much as possible, when there are failures or when we are faced with challenges, we have or we look at how to go about it to solve it so that the group or the business continues. The business doesn't just come to a halt because we are faced with a particular challenge. So this is into detail as I was explaining. So this is the context. This is the area in which the study was conducted, the northern region. So the northern region is one of the hottest and driest region in Ghana. We have only one rainy season, which is from July to September. So it means the rest of the months, the place is dry. However, we because during that time we don't engage in any crop activities, we engage in other artisanal activities, and also we have natural forestries where women especially go to harvest fruits or get firewood from, or the roots of some of the trees, or the bark used for medicinal purposes. Some of these are sold to earn an income, some of which are used in the household as food. So these are the methods of data collection. So we had collaboration with 3 women groups in Pachi. Each group comprised of 30 members, and they, in different group meetings, they all selected dawa dawa to be their preferred underutilized species to process into a sustainable business. So the qualitative data was analyzed using MaxQDA. So this is dawa dawa. The processed, when it's processed, this is how it's used. It looks like. And so this is a spice. This is also when you harvest this from the pod, this is what you get. And the yellow pulp is eaten and it's used as an emergency source of food. It can be used as porridge. So when children return from school, their mothers are not around, they go to the farm and return, their parents are not around, or the food is not ready yet. This is what they prepare for children to eat. So this spice is used for food, for soups and stews. So this is original Ghanaian jollof. So there's no contention of whose jollof is the best. You can see it for yourself. So dawa dawa, for our first objective, the relevance of dawa dawa processing to Dagomba women. The study found out that it's of great importance. It's actually linked to their gendered identity. It's like without dawa dawa, she's not a woman. And also it's used as a prestigious gift for ceremonies. I mean, they take it everywhere. This is still continuing from the first objective, economic importance of Dawada. It contains a range of products that are sold to earn income. As I mentioned, the spice, the seed is also processed into a tea, which has which has medicinal properties used to manage ailments such as high blood pressure and diabetes. Yeah. So it provides, it's a source of folate. For example, pregnant women require a good number of folate. So it provides a natural source of folate for pregnant women. A woman in a focus group discussion on the importance of dawa says that even if I don't have meat or fish to prepare my meals, I'm not worried because I have dawa, which is much healthier and tastier than meat and fish. On dawa processing becoming an additional source for the Wumba women, this wouldn't be very hard because they have the knowledge and skills of processing it. It's been handed on from generation to generation. They have the knowledge and skills of processing it already. Also, experience in running other businesses. They have the experience in running their own business, so they can use that skill to run the dawa business also. The woman's own motivation to process dawa into a business. And so because of the innovations, they are eager. They are eager to have innovations in the processing of dawa. For example, they've improved the hygiene considerably and improved the packaging and the branding. So increased demand for value-added locally commodities. Yes, there's a great demand for dawa, especially the well-packaged one. This is evident from one of the factories we visited. The number of containers of dawa she sells in a day, we're all marveled. Unfortunately, we are faced with a lot of challenges, some of which is the loss of dawa trees because of the harsh climatic conditions, and sometimes the trees are being cut down for firewood. And this has resulted in decreased supply in the seeds in the community. But because of the land ownership issues surrounding it, nobody wants to plant the tree because once you plant it and the tree grows up, it's on someone's land, so the person will claim ownership of it. And also increased prices of seeds. So because there's a decrease in the supply of the seeds, the little that is in the market is expensive. We have increased cost of production for dawa resulting from that. Some of the challenges that we have faced is water, and this was solved by the project providing them with water storage containers to be harvesting rainwater. Also, we're using a lot of fuel wood. We have to boil the dawa, cook it, pressure cook it for a day. So we're using a lot of logs, but there was an existing fuel saving stove. So we rehabilitated it into this such that the weather cannot wash off the mud. So initially, this is how dawa was packaged and exposed to a lot of contamination. But currently, this is the packaging the women are using. They realize that they are putting their hands in gloves before they package. So in conclusion, there should be increased efforts to conserve and plant dawa trees. To do this, we can negotiate women's ownership of land such that the women can plant the trees and later on harvest. We need to create awareness on the benefits of the dawa tree. And when we do this, a lot more women would jump on the train and process dawa into a business. We can increase collaborations and partnerships like what Active Plus Project WP16 have done. So these are some of the references. And anytime you find your way to Ghana, don't hesitate to call on me to prepare some sumptuous dawa jollof for you. Thank you for your audience.